Welcome back to the Hustle Unfiltered podcast hosted by Kayla Serta and Jackson Mansuti,
where we dive into raw, unfiltered conversations about training, health, and fitness while navigating the challenges of life and business in our 20s. Welcome back to another video. It's like I'm on YouTube.
episode.
I'm used to doing YouTubes.
Welcome back to the potty, guys.
How are we? What doing?
It's a Thursday. It's another high day for me.
Life is good.
Life is good. Just another day of the same thing, ticking the same boxes.
Give us an update on where things are at and what is happening.
We are, I think, 6 or 7 weeks out.
Yeah, 6, I checked.
Okay, we're going to trust your judgment because me and Jason are no good on this. But we're 6 weeks out, which is very, very soon, very, very close from the first show.
6.3.
Yeah, but things are ticking along. It's been a rough week in terms of energy. I've definitely felt the lack of energy kick in probably the hardest yet this week. Noticing by certain points in the day, my brain is just like, it feels like I'm trying to do so much, but my brain is just like operating at half the speed. But
yeah,
we persevere, making some shifts to my own like schedule and stuff from next week to kind of work with where I'm at the moment, but feeling really good. Body weight dropped again yesterday. I'm officially in the 52s, which is a very light human. I feel like I could get blown away by the wind at the moment. And that's held stable yesterday and today, which is great. So we'll kind of see how things go. But Jason, our coach, was very, very happy at the end of last week with where I was at with my check-in. So it's been another week of rinse and repeating the same protocols, 2 high days on my rest days, and then every other day being a deficit. Or on my lower cals, which is nice. Like, I very much look forward to the days. It makes the lower days easier to push through because I'm just like, I know I get another like layer of energy in a couple of days time. It's just like, do what you got to do now and we'll reap the rewards of it later on anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it's just something to look forward to, sort of like we were talking about this before. It's just like, you just got to get through 3 days and then a bit more food, then get through 2 days and it's a bit more food and then just repeat that process over and over again.
Yeah, and I think what's just helpful about it is like the meals aren't any different to what I'm already eating. It's just like, oh cool, I get to eat the same meal again, but I get to eat more of it. So I feel like there's not much of a change in terms of what I'm looking forward to. I feel like if I was having all these different meals on my higher days, it's like there's a little bit more, not even temptation, I don't even know what the word is, but there's extra things to look forward to, but it's just like, okay, cool, I get to eat more of the food I'm already eating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So there's less like skewing of the plan in a way.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good that you have them at the moment and we're obviously mentally prepared to not have them.
Yeah. At the end of every week, I'm like, Kayla, this could be a week where things get even harder, so like don't expect it. So when Jason's like, rinse and repeat, I'm like, okay, cool, slay. Was not expecting that.
How's the training? Because you got a new training block as well, right?
Yeah, I got a new training program this week. The split has adjusted slightly, so 2 lower, 2 upper days, 1 full body day, which is basically just like glutes and shoulders and arms, I think. So far, have done 3 sessions of the program and have enjoyed it pretty well. It's just I don't know if I said this last week on the potty, but she was getting a little bit too strong, or I'm still probably a bit too strong for how small my body is. So getting rid of a lot of like the lower rep ranges, and just with some of the exercises we're loading right now is just not really favorable in this position, just giving me a little bit higher reps there. No more pendulum squats, so no more mentally bees on the pendulum squat for the remainder of prep.
Until next time.
Until the hack squat probably sends me into a spiral, but it was nice to do the hack squat. Haven't done that in literally over a year.
The hack squat is really good. I don't know about what it is about that hack squat in particular, but it's very smooth. It is very smooth.
Like you might know this, maybe my clients, when I give them the hack squat, like sometimes your knees can feel a bit creaky and yucky on that machine. And even last year, the last time I did it was at the time where I did have not the best knees and literally had to rehab that. So far we're good.
It could also feel smooth for me because I weigh 90 kilos.
You've got very lubricated joints right now.
I have knee sleeves on plus tracksuit pants, so I'm also a fucking thermostat, so that could also play a major role into why it feels smooth for me. But no, I do like it. And
I think it felt smooth. Like that's the first time I've done a hack squat without being like, ooh, that's not what I'm meant to feel.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a good hack squat.
I also did 20 kilos, so.
Yeah.
That too.
I did 120 kilos.
Pretty sure last year I was doing 80 kilos, so...
But no, it's good. Training sounds like it's going well. Everything's like, obviously I'm watching you go through it as well. It's obviously got its ups and downs, but it seems like you're managing everything very well.
I'm doing my best, but how are you with all the food?
Food is well. Body's adjusted. Digestion's a whole lot better than what it was. As you can tell, my farts are not as smelly.
Yes, that's... I feel like I haven't noticed your farts as much the last couple of days.
Yeah, because they're not as bad.
Yeah. They were some pretty rank
I'm telling you, it
ones.
was just the
oats.
Yeah, it was the oats, yeah.
I think you found a better rhythm with your food as well in terms of like meal timing. Like I feel like you're
the funny thing is I'm doing less meals.
Yeah.
I'm doing 5 meals. I mean, if you want to count sourdough bread as a 6th meal.
He's just like snacking on bread throughout the day.
And not just a little bit, it's like 200 grams.
And it smells good too.
Yeah, when it's toasted, it's fucking sourdough bread toasted is undefeated.
Maybe post-prep will be the omelette instead of English muffin with sourdough.
Yeah, honestly, that would
That
be
sounds pretty hectic.
good. Yeah, but no, I'm in a good rhythm with the food as well. So it's just like 5 meals. First one's like a shake, so easy to digest. Second one is chicken and rice, again, super easy. Third meal is the potatoes and mince, very easy to get down because like although the potatoes are a lot, it's not like heavy.
Yeah, it's not like pasta where it's quite dense in your stomach.
So digestive wise is fine. Then obviously a bit of sourdough bread and then mince and rice, which again, easy. And then the cream of rice goes down a lot better. The cream of rice is harder to get down. Like out of all the meals, it's the one where I feel the fullest. But it digests well.
Granted, it's your last meal of the day, you're already naturally going to be quite full as well.
But it's just wild, like every meal is at least 800 to 1,000 calories per meal.
Mine's like 300.
And then the training side of things, yeah, like I just feel good, feel strong. I'm actually thinking, or I've had I've mentioned to you just the hypothesis that pulling back on leg training is probably a good idea.
Have you spoken to Jason about it?
Not yet, but like I will definitely bring it up because for me, like I mean, you've watched me, like we train legs pretty hard, and I think it's just like I feel nauseous every single time, and it could have just been the way that the day was programmed, but I just think like I don't have a hard time growing my legs anyway. So it's just like if I would rather feel good in my session and be able to continue to progress it rather than doing like big jumps and feeling like shit halfway through the session and then wanting to skip an exercise or not go as hard. I could just maintain a more consistent intensity throughout.
Yeah, rather than like overshooting, or not even overshooting, but like you go so high and then it's a massive crash.
Yeah, because I just send it on that pendulum squat or that hack squat, and then it's just like the rest of the workout. I'm like, I don't have the energy to do anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull back on that, but I think what I'm going to try and do is, which is like not something I've ever been conscious of, but something I'm going to be more conscious to do, is actually go harder with my push and pull days. And just like, because that's when things need the most growth anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go extra hard with that because just like I've done a lot of time pushing growth in my legs and it's paid off. So I may as well just take that intensity I'm not going to apply to the legs and put it into the upper body. Anyway, it's just like bro science, like thought processes.
That's how I feel about my hamstrings.
Yeah.
Like knowing, granted, it's going to be the last thing that comes in, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, hamstring exercises to the max.
Yeah.
Lying leg curl, seated leg curl, push it to the max. Like, I don't fucking care if it's week 1. Hamstrings are getting cooked every week.
I think as well though, like this is something that people need to understand. It's like, if you've got good of something, it's because you enjoy training them. So it's like, I have quite good legs. So it's like, I enjoy training legs, so that's why I push them so hard. Whereas like everything else, it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as like legs because I feel it so much. I like the feeling of like suffering to a degree and making it hard. So I think I'm just going to try and create that environment with the other areas that need to grow the most.
Yeah.
Because like even me with arms that are the weakest, they're probably the muscle that I enjoy training the least. So it kind of makes sense. Because I'll always be like, oh, it's fucking like tricep extension, just like.
Yeah.
So we'll try and reverse that psychology.
Yeah, just gaslight yourself every session
Yeah, exactly.
to get it done.
But I wanted to talk about something that's really important because I feel like it's coming up a lot in the conversations with my own clients. And it's obviously something that you're in the middle of at the moment as well. So I think it's really important we sort of bring up like how to manage sort of hunger in a diet. And it doesn't even need to be a bodybuilding prep, but I just think it's worth having the conversation because I keep revisiting this, and I am going to go on a bit of a tangent at some point, but it's just like, I'm hungry, what do I do? And it's like, there's a lot of things that we'll go through, but let's just like open the conversation with your experiences so far in regards to dealing with hunger.
Yeah, and the more fat loss phases I've done, the better I've gotten at managing it. Like the first few, if we want to count 6-7 years ago when I was doing like challenges and stuff, like I thought hunger wasn't necessarily wrong, but it's like, it's something that needed to be soothed immediately. It's like, oh, I'm hungry, so I've got to eat. When in reality, that is part of the process of dieting, and it's actually okay. And the more times I've done it and the more awareness I've built with that and like learning those lessons and learning from my mistakes, the better I can understand what to expect coming into these phases. And I'd say hunger in prep like has honestly not been as challenging as I first anticipated going into prep. Like I was really expecting to notice an ungodly amount of hunger, but I'd say more in the last couple weeks I've noticed it a little bit more, and it's mainly been when I haven't been either as busy or as preoccupied and I have more brain space to think about when my next meal is, or I would love a snack now. That sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I think though, if you go into a diet knowing that hunger is going to happen at some point, because you know it's going to happen, it's a little bit easier to deal with, in my opinion. Whereas like if you think I'm going to go in, la-di-da-di-da, it's going to be fine, I'm going to feel hungry, I'm going to get lean, I'm going to get shredded, it's like, well, when that happens, you're in for a bit of a rude shock. So I think you need to sort of preface it with the idea that there is going to be hunger and it's okay. And when we look at it from a physiological standpoint as well, just like the physical components that happen in the body as to why these things occur, it's like we look at it as like the best way. I was reading something up on yesterday actually, and it was just like the best way I heard it being described was, think of it as like cruise control. It's like when you need to go faster, the gas goes on. When you need to slow down, the brake is applied. And it's like there's some sort of regulator in the system or in the engine that's controlling whether you need to go faster or you need to or give more gas or give less. And essentially what's happening is that you're giving yourself less gas. The body wants more of it. So there's a system inside of you, which is your hunger hormones, your leptin, your ghrelin, all those sort of things. And they're basically saying, hey, we need more food, you need to eat. But that is programmed from us from an evolutionary standpoint, because go back 500 years, we were starving. And our goal as an existence was to just try not to starve. So now we have an abundance of food. So when we take that away, that's your primitive sort of instincts kicking in saying, hey, you're gonna starve. And that's where we get these dramatic sort of instances where it's like, bro, I'm fucking so hungry. But in reality, it's like, it's normal. You know, what have been some sort of things that you've done to help manage that?
Coke Zero. Lots of Coke Zero, but I think a lot of it is like your mindset with it as well though. Like you can add more volume to your food, you can space your meals out better, and I think like those are definitely those kind of 1% of things that can just improve that process. So like for myself, I know that I need to eat most of my food where I need it most, which is around my training sessions and during the day. You know, I get snacky around mid-afternoon. Like that's just like, a lot of people experience that. It's very, very common. But I'm not going to save all my food for 4 p.m. in the afternoon when I'm wrapping up work for the day. I'm not going to the gym, maybe do some steps. Like I'm not using a lot of energy at this time of the day. So for me to wait till then wouldn't be ideal. So still I've timed my meals appropriately, but I'm not saving them for when I'm the most hungriest in the afternoon. Also using things like Coke Zero as like an alternative for something, making sure I'm staying hydrated as well, but then looking at it from okay, why am I actually hungry, and actually asking myself the questions of like, what is the cause of this, or why am I hungry? Oh, it's because you're dieting, Kayla. Oh, maybe it's because you're actually due for a meal. Or maybe it's because you're bored. Maybe it's because of this. Like, I think it's important to kind of have that self-check-in when you do experience it, and that's something we've done a lot, even when we've had the social events on, like at the earlier weeks of prep, where we both were experienced like, oh, we want to eat, or are we hungry, or are we bored, or whatever it may be. I think it's really cool to have that self-check-in first, and then that can actually help determine what you need to do next. It's like, if you say you're hungry and you're like, but I also haven't drank a sip of water all day, it's like, you're probably dehydrated. Yeah. You're probably not hungry.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, as you said, the mindset is so important, because you just have to accept that if you're gonna diet and you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna be hungry. It's just like how it works.
Yeah, I think though, like with maybe like how social media is now, I feel like it's very demonized to be hungry. And I'm not saying everyone needs to be out there starving themselves. Like, that's obviously not smart. But it's like there's this culture where there is a lot of that sort of restriction and all that sort of stuff. But then people take it to the other end of the spectrum, and it's like, well, you can never be hungry. You've always got to eat. Being hungry is wrong. It's like, some people fast for 48 hours and they're still alive.
Yeah.
Like, you going an extra hour without eating a snack or something because you're going to have your dinner in an hour's time, like, you will survive. It's just the discomfort of experiencing that hunger as well, a lot of people don't like.
Yeah, and as you said, the repeated exposures of it definitely help, but I think it's just like, you know, think of it from the opposite end as well, right? If you force feed yourself, you're not going to be hungry. Right? So then you got to just look at it logically and say, well, this is just the opposite end of that, right? Because it's like, if I just like, I'm in a bulking phase and I'm pushing an uncomfortable amount of food, and you're doing a lot of the things that are actually very, you know, counterintuitive to what you actually feel is right, because you're not hungry and you're eating when you're not. So therefore it just feels like uncomfortable. Well, it's like, this is the same thing. It's just the opposite end of it. It's a little bit uncomfortable because you're a bit hungry, because the goal is the opposite. You're not trying to put on weight, you're trying to lose weight. And I think people get really scared of that, but when you zoom out and you look at it, it's like, oh, this is just normal.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, you have to look at it in the perspective, like, it's okay, and you know, you can't go swimming without getting wet. And that's the best way I can describe dieting, because yeah, sure, as you said, we can increase fiber, we can increase volume in foods, we can do all these things, but they're like 1%ers. The thing is like, the more you try to fight the hunger, I think the harder you make life.
100%.
Like, I know for me, when I was like relishing in the hunger in my prep, I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? It's like, just go do something. Keep yourself busy. And I know that's obviously something that you utilize as well. But I guess, like, if you have clients that come to you and say, you know, Kayla, I'm hungry, what do I do? What's the advice that you sort of give them?
I always start by saying, like, that's so normal. Like, it's actually okay. Like, what you're experiencing is normal, and it's part of it, and it's part of this process. And I will always tell them to do it, like, that self-check-in, and ask them, like, get them to ask themselves, like, am I experiencing some uncomfortable hunger where I'm literally starving, my stomach's eating myself, and like, if I don't eat, I feel like I'm going to die? Or is it like, okay, you know, I am experiencing a little bit of hunger, go have a sip of water, go for a walk outside, like, go do something, and just like, not even necessarily distract, but like, go keep yourself preoccupied if it's something that's present. But the first thing and the last thing I always preface with is like, this is normal, and this is usually a sign that your deficit is deficiting. You know, you might go through the first 3 to 4 weeks of your diet phase not feeling hungry, and it's like your body is adapting to these things, and then all of a sudden you might feel the hunger kick in. That is going to happen. Yeah. And that's part of it.
And I find sometimes the opposite. The first week, it's like a big drop. Yeah. You're hungry, and then you just get used to it.
Yeah.
And that's okay as well. And it's like you said, if you're hungry, it's working.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's definitely a really good way to explain it. And yeah, just some you know, basic practices is, yeah, the higher volume, the more fiber, but then also like maybe spread your meals out to multiple meals a day. Instead of having 3 or 4, maybe have 4 or 5 if you can find a way to fit that into your schedule. Even if it's not big meals, you know, maybe you have like a snack and it's like a, you know, a yogurt bowl, you know, with some berries. Just literally protein and fruit will keep you full. You know, and that's a bit more high volume as well. It's like maybe that's enough to just keep the system going and put the demons at bay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think I wanted to talk about this because like I do believe a lot of people sort of have this negative connotation that comes with it. And while I can understand that, I think you just can't, like it's impossible for you to go through a diet without feeling any of that.
I feel like it only becomes a negative thing if you are constantly dieting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there is a lot of built up negativity around it or like demonizing behind it, because it's like, if you have been dieting every single day, I've been trying to diet for multiple months at a time, you know, you're not seeing the result, you're constantly hungry, like, yeah, that's a problem. But if you have done what you needed to leading into it, you know, you've either spent time at a build or you spent time at maintenance, and you've just, you know, haven't been purposely trying to diet and failing each time, and then you've spent 6 to 12 months doing that, it's like, okay, now I'm ready to diet. Cool, like experiencing a bit of hunger for 8 to 12 weeks is fine.
Yeah.
The problem is doing it for an excessive amount of time and not shifting things when it's needed.
Yeah, and on that, with the 8 to 12 weeks, it's like, in reality, like, you can be hungry for 8 to 12 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, even your prep, it's like, it's 24 weeks, whatever it is. Like, food's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're going to get to eat again soon. Like, and before you know it, that's going to be a memory.
We'll just think, like, time's passing regardless. Like, 8 to 12 weeks is not a long time.
No.
Not a long time at all. Like, we're already in August. Like, some people probably thought, I'm going to do an 8 to 12 week deficit phase in January, and they probably haven't started yet.
Yeah.
And we're already in August.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like, if you just like are willing to put up with some of the costs that come with it for a very short amount of time, because that's the reality of it, like, the food's not going to go anywhere and you're going to be able to enjoy that meal later. So as much as you're sitting here thinking like, oh, like, you know, I'm hungry, I want to eat, it's like, cool, eat again in 12 weeks when the diet's over. You know, like, you can do it then. And you're going to enjoy that way more because you've done the work already that's required for you to have the right to enjoy that food, because you look great, you look best, and that one meal's not going to ruin your progress. And sure, it may not ruin your progress in the diet too, but it's like, just do the work while there's time to do the work, because that's what you said you were going to do, you know?
Well, not only that, it's also like the delayed gratification of it, or the instant gratifications. Like, a lot of people that would act on that hunger is because they want to feel that gratification instantly. It's like, yeah, I know I might be like, I'm expecting hunger in a deficit. I know that this could happen, and like, it's uncomfortable, and I know this is going to contribute to the result at the end of the day, but I need to have something now to make me feel good.
Yeah.
To avoid feeling the discomfort of the hunger.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. Like, I mean, look, it's obviously not the best way to go about things, but I can understand and empathize with that. But I think, yeah, it's just like, the feeling needs to be delayed for you to enjoy it. Like, I remember after my prep, like, obviously we went to dinner, and like, the dinner was so much better because it was with the people I wanted to be with, and it was after something that was really proud that I achieved. And it's like, maybe you're not doing a bodybuilding show, but maybe you want to look good for your holiday, you want to look good on the beach, you want to just feel better about yourself. And it's like, you're going to feel way better eating that meal after versus what you're going to feel in terms of probably remorse if you just do it while you're dieting because you succumb to a bit of hunger. And it's just like, what do you really want? You know, like, do you want to diet? Do you want to lose the weight? Do you want to get lean and look good with your shirt off, or do you want to eat the food? And you have to ask yourself and manage that expectation of which one do you really want more, because it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah. I think always remembering though, like, food is always going to be there is one of the most like easiest things, or like best things you can accept, because it removes so much of like the emotion behind it.
It's very liberating.
It's just like, okay, you know what? I can eat this in a few weeks' time. Like, I'm probably not even going to want to snack in 10 weeks' time.
Yeah, like, I remember when I was prepping, it's like, wow, we're going to do this dinner, we're going to do that
Yeah,
dinner.
we did like 3 dinners, but we fucked ourselves after Toddy's. Like, that was a really fucked...
Yeah, worth it, and I'll do it again.
It was so worth it. It was the best night. We were both in a literal food coma, and we were like unsupervised children at Yoshi. Like,
Yeah.
Unsupervised children.
It was the first and last time I've had Yochi.
I don't think I've had Yochi. Oh no, I had Yochi once with mum after that, but I didn't go that crazy. But that was like fun and exciting, and then after we were like, that's us done. Like.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the thing. In the moment, you feel like it's, you know,
this big thing.
It's this big thing. But it's like once you finish it and then you go have that. And maybe, yeah, you do what we did. You push the limit a little bit and you say, all right, cool. But after that, we were basically done. Like, we didn't do any of the dinners, the other dinners that we planned on doing when I was deep in a prep. It's like, because you were doing the photo shoot prep as well. And I was like, oh, we're going to do this dinner. We're going to go Italian. We're going to go pizza. We're going to go sushi, Japanese. We're going to get steak. And it's like, we literally did like 2 of those things.
Yeah. And it's just because like everything's not like heightened. Like, you're not so food focused, obviously, when you're not in deficit as well. So it's like, also being aware and understanding like a lot of this right now is very, very like heightened. Yeah. And like there's ways you can manage and not push the boundaries too much with it, but you know, having a bit of food focus is going to happen as well, and being like, oh, I can't wait to have this or have that, but also know when the time comes where you do get to have it, you will probably enjoy it, and that will fade very, very quickly.
Yeah, and I think a great way to look at it as well is like, you do shit that's uncomfortable all the time. Like, just in general, like the people listening to this. It's like, I'm sure there's times in life where you do shit that you probably don't want to do, and that's a little bit uncomfortable for a period of time. But it's like, you do it because you know the trade-off is worth it. So it's like, you just need to look at it from that same perspective where it's like, the trade-off here is worth it. And if you can look at it like that and have all these other things that we've mentioned, whether it's like the high volume foods or, you know, the high fiber, high protein, and knowing that food's always going to be there, and knowing that as part of the process, then there's a lot of things that you can take away from that if you really do actually listen and sit with those things. I think if, you know, you brush it and you say, oh yeah, like hunger's normal, but oh, I'm hungry, it doesn't matter. It's like, you actually really need to soak that in for a second and say, this is fine, this is where I need to be right now, and that's okay. And really accept it, because I feel like a lot of people say yeah, and it's just like they don't really accept it, you know what I mean? And I've seen that before, because it is hard when your I guess your walls are down and the emotions are heightened, it can be hard.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But yeah, I don't know, was there anything else on that you wanted to sort of cover, or anything that you find pops up when it comes to dealing with hunger?
I think it's just being very aware of it. Like, I'll just acknowledge, you know what, yep, I am a little bit hungry right now. Yeah. And like, I'm actually okay.
Yeah, I think the psychological will feed into the biological of it as well. It's like, there's no one more important than the other. No. Like, I think if you work on the biological, being the getting high fiber meals in and all that stuff, and then also work on the self check-ins and that, like, they will go hand in hand with each other and allow you to really overcome that very easily. Yeah.
Like, even if I look at what my meals look like at the moment and what I am doing to manage my hunger and make sure I'm fueled the best way possible, it's like I'm hitting my protein every single day. It's spread across all my meals. I'm getting in enough fiber where my digestion is working properly, but not too much where it then impacts my digestion. I'm getting in the minimum amount of fruit and veg that I need, again, to ensure I'm getting enough nutrients, but not too much where I'm constantly full or bloated or constipated. Like, I'm ticking all those boxes, I'm doing my self check-ins, and hunger is still present, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and I know in my soul that I'm like, okay, cool, I'm doing everything I can to manage this the best I can. There's nothing extra I can do on top of this to mitigate it any further. So it just means I need to accept that the hunger is going to be there.
Yeah. No, I think that's perfect. And that's why I want to talk about this, because you're the walking example of this at the moment.
She's a hungry girl.
I mean, you say it sometimes, like, before we go to bed, it's like, I'm hungry right now. But it's like, oh, well.
Yeah. It's like, go to sleep, girl. Wake up in the morning, you get your rice cakes and coffee.
Go to bed earlier, so there's less time between the meal and now.
Yeah. It's like, obviously you're hungry, you haven't eaten a lot of food today. But you're also so tired, so just go to fucking bed.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up there. Is there anything else that's happening this weekend that you wanted to mention? Any activities?
We're going to Shisha.
We can.
Is that our weekend activity?
Yeah, well, we're training with Liam and stuff.
Oh yeah, we're doing a gym session.
Yeah, we're doing a couple gym session.
Yeah, so training up with some friends.
Yeah, we'll get some content of Kayla being shredded.
Oh, yeah, Jackson's going to do some
Photos. Photographer is my second job.
Got to make sure I fake tan tomorrow and then.
And yeah, we might go get shisha because...
I thought that's what you meant, so I didn't brain mesh.
Kayla and I are finding things to do in prep that don't involve exerting a large amount of energy or being around food. So shisha is our alternative.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn her into a wog.
When I have your last name, then I'm a wog.
You dye your hair black.
Never. Fuck no way.
We'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.